Pranams to Sathguru, pranams to Gurubai. Respected ICPR Chairman Professor R.C. Sinha and the former Chairman, respected Professor S.R. Bhatt, learned elders, distinguished scholars who are going to present their views on various aspects of Balakrishna Leela, my good friend Professor Panneerselvam, the guest of honor Mr. Bhatmakupa, Madam Professor Srikala Nair, Professor Makrand Paranjape, Sri Bhatnabanji and Dr. Rajmohan, and devotees of Vishnu Mohan Foundation, good afternoon to everyone. At the outset, I am grateful to the organizers for giving this opportunity to make some remarks about the seminar. See, generally the Hindu worldview has two basic principles: inner happiness and the quest for the truth. The literature, philosophy, and way of life of Hindus fulfill the spiritual needs of the people, as well as their need for rational thinking. For this spiritual goal, many paths are suggested and practiced. Among them, the most clear and easy to follow by any ordinary human being is Bhakti Marga. Bhakti is the basis of all religious life. It is supreme love towards God. It is spontaneous outpouring of love towards God. It's pure, unselfish love towards Him. It is sacred, higher emotion with sublime sentiments that unites the devotee with love. Part of this bhakti, prayer. Prayer elevates mind. It is associated with the praise of God. It keeps the mind in tune with God. Prayer can reach a realm where reason dare not. It brings the devotees nearer to God. It awakens in him the divine consciousness and makes him feel his essential, immortal, and blissful nature. Bhakti elevates the mind to magnanimous heights. Bhakti Marga is the royal road to God realization. Actually, Bhakti Marga culminates in Jnana. In Bhakti Marga or Bhakti Yoga, whatever you call, there are 5 kinds of bhava, that is mental attitude. Shanta bhava, Madhurya bhava, Vatsalya bhava, Dasa bhava, and Sakya bhava. A devotee may choose any of these bhavas according to his temperament and develop bhakti to a maximum degree. Among these, in Vatsalya bhava, the devotee considers Lord as a son. The importance here is the bhakta gets rid of all fears and destroy all kinds of selfish motives, as he cannot expect anything from his small son. Vallabhacharya and his followers are good examples. The play of Krishna, a boy, as a self-limiting of his majestic splendor of greatness, as Parameshwara, is seen as the self-expression of the highest and most essential dynamic bliss potency of the Lord. Balakrishna, the divine child, enchanted the minds and stole the hearts of the people. Among the various forms of Krishna cult, Balakrishna continued to remain all-time favorite in many parts of this subcontinent. Here, the psychology of the bhakta comes to forefront. It is our tendency that we always forget everything when we see a playful child. Even the dreaded criminal forgets himself when seeing a child and his godly smile. And Lord has chosen the form of child, and through his leelas, he enthralled the devotees. Of course, we find references to the play of little Krishna in Mahabharata and subsequently in various literatures of different regions of Bharat. The more detailed descriptions of his Leela we find in Bhagavatam, which have been subjected to theoretical scrutiny by thinkers from distinct disciplinary angles, namely psychological, metaphysical, and spiritual. Interestingly, Balakrishna became a heartthrob to poets, sages, and philosophers alike. His form and life became an ideal across India. The miraculous deeds of little Krishna have by now become metaphorical, and they play a significant role in modeling child rearing, social living, and feminine desires across the country. Scholars, devotees draw the underpinning spiritual message from the child's acts. From Leela of Balakrishna, one could draw lofty metaphysical messages if one wishes, or take it as an unusual event caused by a superhuman child, or just a myth to enrich our imagination and literature. It is your choice. For example, his craving for butter is interpreted as his search for pure hearts free from worldly desires. The Lord's Leela continued to enthrall Bharat's Bhakti literature. Its music, dance, all art forms. Those episodes are brought and kept alive by Bhakti poets in various regional literatures. What is important here is the works of those poets integrated the various regions of Bharat cultural. In southern region, a unique cultural enlightenment took place with rich contributions made by Vaishnavites in the medieval period, exploring the Balakrishna Leela. All the four linguistic traditions, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, have contributed voluminous literature on Krishna Leela. During the childhood of Krishna, he consciously undertook various activities to impart some deep metaphysical principles. Later, the grown-up Krishna was more serious in polity and engaged in more responsible tasks, signifying the importance of Vatsalya Bhakti. The seminar aims to explore this divine charm, where there is a fine union of the human and the divine, the ethereal and ephemeral. Various scholars are scheduled during these 2 or 3 days to explore the various aspects of Balakrishna as depicted in classical literature found in many languages. The metaphysical, the tantric principle, and various forms of Vatsalya Bhakti are to be explored by these scholars. May this seminar be successful and by the grace of Sathguru. Thank you to everyone for patiently hearing me.